infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions, increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them, and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Sponsored by Armstrong Pharmaceuticals.
Listen each and every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. and join Ottawild Presbyterian Church for worship. Ottawild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Now back to Sports 56 Mornings.
Good morning!
On Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Welcome back, 9:28 the time here at the Family Leisure Studios. Eli and Jay back with you. Over the weekend, the Memphis Hound Dogs in the Arena League played their first ever game. It did not go well. They played at Nebraska against the Siege, and it was a siege. 52-18 was the final score. They will play their first home game over at the Memphis Sports and Event Center this Saturday. They will take on Iowa at 7:05. So for folks who want to get out, catch a little Arena League football, you got the opportunity to do that this Saturday as the Hound Dogs again will play their first ever home game against Iowa Saturday night at the Memphis Sports and Event Center. Also, Memphis FC, another one of the new new sports teams here in town. They played at Red River, the folks from Bossier City. And that was a 0-0, a 0-0 draw on Saturday between Memphis FC and Red River FC. Some other things from over the weekend. The NCAA Men's Golf Championships, the University of Memphis did not advance in team play. They shot 23 over par as a team. That was not good enough after 3 rounds to make the cut. You had to be in the top 15 teams to make the cut for today. Then they'll play 1 round today, and then the top 8 will advance on to match play. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, and Arkansas also all eliminated in the team competition as well. Tennessee did advance. Vanderbilt advanced. And how about LSU? LSU was 20 over par after 2 rounds as a team. They were in like 28th place. Yesterday, in the 3rd round, they shot a combined 18 under par. 20 over through 2 rounds. Shot 18 under yesterday to make the cut. They advanced. Auburn is leading the way at 22 under par. Texas is the only one close. They're at 19 under par. And then you got a 10-stroke gap between Texas and Vanderbilt for 2nd and 3rd. But a great year for the University of Memphis golf team to make it to the NCAA championships out in California. They did not make it as a team, and none of their individuals advanced either in the individual competition. I mentioned it earlier. The sad note from over the weekend was the word that Billy Buford, member of the 1973 national title game team for the University of Memphis, he passed away. Actually passed away last Wednesday. You also had the horrific news of the Ball State freshman defensive back Gavin Yates Lyons. He had graduated early from high school, enrolled at Ball State in January. However, last week went back so that he could take part in his graduation ceremony from his high school down in Georgia. And he was shot on the 24th, so a week ago yesterday, last Sunday. And then he died this past Saturday. So just a horrific story there. It was down in Tallahassee, a shooting in a parking garage. And he ends up dying from the wounds that he had suffered in that. So just some awful news there for all of those folks. The University of Memphis basketball team will begin their summer workouts tomorrow. And there was the report over the weekend, John Martin talking about the fact that Fred Smith Sr. said that Fred Smith Jr. will be there. I don't know if that means he's actually signed.
Still unsigned.
He's just, but this whole situation is very bizarre. He's going to work out with the team, but without signing?
Still ain't signed. I don't get it.
And we had heard that there was a deadline. I don't know. He had 2 weeks to make his decision, and I think that 2 weeks has passed now. So I don't know where we stand as far as that is concerned. Maybe Jason Munz, when he's on with Wolo, will have a better idea. Obviously, again, Penny was out at the golf tournament today. I believe he did speak with some of the media, including Jason Munz, before he teed off out there. But I guess he can't even talk about Fred Smith Jr. because he's not signed. So he can't even address the situation.
Not his player right now.
But so that's why I'm so confused, because if he can't even talk about him because he's unsigned, how can he work out with the team?
That's what my question was going to be. That, and then what was the presentation that they had over at Briarcrest about a month or so ago?
Well, that was just the commitment. Or that wasn't at Briarcrest.
Yeah.
Was that at Briarcrest?
I think it was.
That's when but that wasn't the signing. Because that wasn't signing day yet. When he was on with us, I think it was the next day was actually signing day, or 2 days after that was signing day.
Right.
But he still hasn't signed. I guess you can. I don't understand. I don't know. I have no idea how that all works, but his dad says he's going to be there. So I don't know if that means he has to sign to do it, or if he can work out without signing. I don't know. I don't understand the rules.
That one, I'm going to look into that one, though, because that one's confusing. And I asked a few questions to some of my college coaching homies or whatnot, but that was crazy, because it's like, because the day that even when we speak of he committed, I'm thinking that he signed. He signed a letter of intent and the whole deal, and that was that. But apparently that wasn't the case.
I don't. It is that whole situation has gotten more and more bizarre. I understand in today's world of kids trying to get as much as they can possibly get and essentially holding out for more money. I mean, this is like a holdout, but he's not holding out because he's going to go work out. So does that mean that they got a deal done? Again, I would assume once he committed, there was a number agreed upon. So why did that thing change? There's the talk about his dad maybe trying to get a coaching job and trying to use this to get a coaching job. Man, it's just such a strange thing. When I saw, I'm like, wait, because he just says he's going to be there. No, he's going to sign. It's all done. Or he's going to sign and then he'll be there. He'll be there. He'll be there working out. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't know what that means.
He probably ain't got the money right yet. That's what I'm thinking.
But again, there had to be an amount that when he committed, there had to be something agreed upon.
I would definitely think that would be the case. I would.
I wouldn't think you would commit unless you knew, okay, yes.
Exactly.
Yes, we're good to go with this. So I'm not sure why that changed. And now, again, basically seems to be holding out for more money or whatever. But again, so I guess we'll see with workouts starting tomorrow. Do they officially announce his signing, or is he just working out on sign? I don't know how that works. And it's NCAA rules now, eligibility, everything else.
Clunky.
again, if you didn't hear Dr. Bill Hargrave earlier in the program, as he said, and as everybody else has said, the word they all continue to use, unsustainable. They just cannot continue to do this. The money isn't there. Like, schools are just spending basically money they don't have. They're putting themselves into debt to try and remain competitive in basketball and football. And at some point, that just doesn't work anymore. But he did, and Dr. Hargrave, we talked about it when Coach Huff, he spoke to, I think it was a Rotary Club or something like that, and he had talked about 2028.
Yeah.
That they believe that
potential realignment.
There's going to be, that's kind of their target of, they want to be in the spot because they believe in 2028, that's going to be their year to get in one of these. And Dr. Hargrave said it again today, that they believe in that 27-28 range, there is going to be more movement. And so they want to make sure they are positioned to be that team. As he said, we got to position ourselves to be that team, that school, that one. Because if it's only one, you want to make sure it's you. Now, if it's two or three, you got to be in a group. But even if it's just one, you have to make sure it's you. But it's, they've made it quite clear that they believe, for whatever reason, and obviously I'm assuming they know some things. They've talked to some people. They believe in that 2028 range, we're going to get more movement, more conference realignment, and an opportunity for them to join a power conference. Now, does that mean ACC? Does the ACC lose a couple of those teams? Or what? Why? That's what I would like to, why I wonder what it is that they believe is going to happen.
Yeah, what gave them the win on,
do they believe
for this?
Do they believe it's a couple of those teams leaving the ACC because their exit fees go down now year after year after year through 2030? Well, it's actually at 2030, I think, is when it levels off, but it drops year by year till it. So do they believe that 2028 is kind of going to be the moment where it becomes stomachable for them to pay the amount of money they would have to pay to get out of the ACC and go to either the Big Ten or the SEC? And then that creates openings in the ACC. And who knows how many of them would leave. And granted, if it's Florida State and Clemson and North Carolina and Miami, even if you got into the ACC, it's not the ACC as we know it now, but it's still a lot better than the American Athletic Conference. That's the bottom line is it is a step up. And if they could do that, that's great. But again, they believe it's happening. They are positioning themselves as best they can to make sure when it does happen that they are the school that is in place to take full advantage of it. And hopefully that is the case, because that'd be great. I mean, if we're doing 2028, we're doing 2 years down the road. Like they believe in 2 years, they could very well be in a power conference. That would be awesome.
It would be very awesome. And hopefully by then they can find some type of structure to be able to sustain all of this madness that's going on.
Hopefully by 2028, they have, again, whether it's Congress and maybe this bill or some other bill, whatever, but hopefully they have figured something out and put limits and things and rules basically in place to kind of calm things down. By 2028, you certainly will know they should have the playoff. They'll have the playoff decided, I would think, one way or another. I assume it's probably going to be 24 teams.
Yeah.
By 2028, I think we'll probably be at 24. I know Greg Sakie's powerful, all that, but I just don't feel like there's enough support for him to really dig his feet in and hold up in fighting 24. So maybe by then it's 24. So maybe then everything's kind of calmed down, and that's when, well, we need more chaos. How about we get more realignment? When things have gotten way too calm. Time now for realignment. So we're all going to the SEC or we're going to the Big Ten, and all hell breaks loose again. And then maybe that's the fine. Then once that calms down, then again, if the University of Memphis is in the ACC or one of these power conferences, then hopefully everything is calm for quite some time after that.
There you go.
That's the hope as far as that is concerned. Who knows? in the world of college sports. Folks, Central Avenue, the Central Barbecue on Central Avenue is now serving breakfast. Of course, they've always served up the great barbecue. You know all about that. They've been doing that for years upon years. Of course, they had the new renovation, the new building. That's brand new, but it goes back to the original. When you're talking about 2235 Central Avenue, that's the original. That's where they got their start at Central Barbecue. So they've been serving up great barbecue there for a long, long time. But now they serve up great breakfast daily from 7 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. Biscuits, breakfast burritos, toaster sandwiches, French toast. Check out the brisket burrito. Some good stuff for breakfast over at Central Avenue on the Central Barbecue on the Central Avenue location. Plus, they also have the OG Bar, serving mixed drinks, wine, and local beers. The bar is open from 11 a.m. until close. Try out the Tiger Margarita. So breakfast, full bar. You'll find it all at Central Barbecue, 2235 Central Avenue. Back with our final segment. We've got some Major League Baseball news and notes to get to when we come back here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Not only can you listen to your favorite shows on Sports 56, you can also watch video of the shows live on Twitter and YouTube. Watch and listen every day at Sports 56 WHBQ.
Hey Memphis, Tyler Harrington from Memphis Baseball. When you need a financial teammate who's got your back, choose Southern Security Credit Union. From great rates to friendly local service, they deliver every time. Visit southernsecurity.org or call 901-452-7900 to join today. Southern Security Credit Union, your home team credit union, is a proud supporter of Memphis Athletics and 901 Women and is federally insured by the NCUA.
I keep seeing celebrities posts, me in the 90s versus now. Well, the person staring at me in the mirror is definitely not the same person that could pull off bootcut jeans. Time creeps up on us so slowly. You don't see it until suddenly you do. Same thing goes for your bills. $1 here, an uptick there. It's a slow burn until one day you realize the price you're paying now is way higher than when you signed up. But at T-Mobile, customers had the lowest wireless bills versus Verizon and AT&T over the past 5 years. And with T-Mobile on their experience plans, you get a 5-year price guarantee, so you know exactly what your plan price will be for the next 5 years. So at least that's one thing that won't change over time. I can't guarantee you'll still look good with frosted tips, but T-Mobile can give you a clear guarantee on your wireless plan.
Lower bills based on HarrisX billing snapshots from Q3 21 to Q4 25 compared to average AT&T and Verizon bills. Comparison excludes discounts, credits, and optional charges. Price guarantee on talk, text, and data. Exclusions like taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. I wanted to take a minute and discuss advertising with you. There are so many websites that list the best service provider in your area. Even the BBB has an accredited list. You know the one thing they all have in common? A company like mine has to pay to get on that list. So that begs the question, can those lists be trusted? You know what can be trusted? History. We've been around for almost 30 years providing customers with the best service and the best products that we possibly can. So if you need a roof, siding, or gutters, give us a call. We'll come talk to you and let you decide for yourself whether or not we know what we're talking about. Fiveash Roof Services. Best products, best warranties, and in many cases, the best price. We're fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Now, back to Sports 56 Mornings.
Morning!
On Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Here once again, Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy.
Welcome back, 9:46 the time here in the Family Leisure Studios. One other note out of college football, by the way, we got some more information. There is a hearing today on the Brendan Sorsby injunction as he tries to get his eligibility. but with the briefs that were filed on Friday, we got some more information about him and his betting. According to the information in these briefs from the NCAA, when he was at Indiana from June 22nd to December 23, placed over 2,900 bets totaling over $30,000.
Why is he can't play no more, man.
He plays 40 bets on Indiana, they say.
Pete Rose is even astonished by that. Like, are you serious, too?
Like, seriously. Like, what? They had, and then, so then what's interesting, though, like, so they had, say, 2,900 bets of that total at least $30,000. He also placed bets, not did bet on the football team when he was there, he also bet on the basketball team, but he also, like, bet on the basketball opponents, like player stuff for the opponents of Indiana basketball. At Cincinnati, they say at least 165 bets totaling $38,000. You can tell he started making more money at Cincinnati.
He made a little more money.
He went from 2,900 bets totaling $30,000 to 165 totaling $38,000.
Only bright spot I can say for him in this league is that at least he didn't get caught shaving points.
Yeah. They also said he transferred $60,000 to a friend to deposit in an account they shared. Again, dude, you may have an addiction, and I feel bad for you if that is the case. And I am glad you went and got help for said addiction. But you have no business playing college football. You made 40 bets. And again, yes, you were not playing in the games. And they say that you did not use any inside information to place any of these bets. Whatever. I don't care. You knew the rule.
You knew the rule.
And you ignored it to place 40 bets on your team that you were a member of. You're done.
And some basketball, too.
Declare for the supplemental draft and go to the NFL. Yeah. If this judge, and again, I don't know that we'll get a ruling today. To me, we should, because as soon as the facts are presented, the judge should go, well, this is easy. No, you're not eligible. Like, what? Shut up.
And tell them the same thing that you just said. Go apply for the supplemental draft and go play football, son.
You're like, wait, did you know the rule that you couldn't bet on? Yes, I did. Well, how many bets did you make? Well, 2,900, including 40 on my team. All right, son, I believe you've answered your own question. Good luck in the NFL. You're not playing college football anymore. No. I mean, I honestly don't even know what his argument is at this point.
He has none.
Like, I was thinking if it would have come out that like he made like 2 bets on Indiana, I could be like, okay, maybe dude made 40, they say. 40 bets.
Regular occurrence.
No.
It was a regular practice with this man.
Brendan, just go to the NFL. Shut up. Go to the NFL. And hopefully it works out for you there. But like, come on, man. Major League Baseball. Weird things happening in Major League Baseball. Blue Jays right fielder Jesus Sanchez.
Yeah, this was crazy.
Gets hit in the wrist by a ball thrown by a fan. And this wasn't like ill content here. It's a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Sanchez looks up in the crowd like there's a break, and he actually kind of looks up in the crowd and gives a little signal. And apparently the kid thought he meant hey, throw me the baseball. He turns, kid throws the baseball and hits Sanchez on the wrist, and he has to leave the game. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen. First of all, the luck to have a baseball that's thrown by a 12-year-old hit you on the wrist is crazy.
It's crazy in itself.
Now he's going to be okay. Again, he's not angry necessarily. He just a misunderstanding with the kid, all that stuff. But that is just. And then did you see the Cardinals fan that tried to throw back PCA's home run ball and hit the people down in front of him? Worst throw in history.
Throw.
That dude's never going to hit Sanchez in the wrist. I'll guarantee you that much. One of the worst throws I've ever seen. Man threw the ball straight into the people in front of him.
And he should never be invited for anybody's first pitch.
No, yeah, he's
going straight in the dirt.
He's clearly never thrown a ball in his life. Like, that's the worst throw I've ever seen. Pete Armstrong gets a home run. This dude in the tarps off section gets it, tries to throw it back, throws it right into the back of the fans down below him. Worst throw in history.
Free souvenir for them.
I'm like, what in the world is happening? Couple of huge injuries. Munetaka Murakami for the White Sox with 20 home runs, having an unbelievable rookie season. He is out with a hamstring strain. He's expected to miss 4 to 6 weeks. Ellie De La Cruz for the Reds left yesterday's game with hamstring tightness. Now, they're hoping that they caught this in time and he's not going to have to miss significant time, but I'm assuming they're probably going to be doing an MRI today. He said after the game that he felt okay, but there was just some tightness, so they're being very careful there. You had the Yankees yesterday with a 13-run third inning versus the A's and did not score another run in the game. Just 13 runs in the third, that's it. And they did it without hitting a home run. 11 hits, 4 walks in the inning. The first 12 batters of the inning reached base as they put up 13 in the third. And the pitcher, the starting pitcher, had retired the first 6 guys that he had faced. And then gets to the third, and they scored 13 runs, including the first 12 guys reaching base against him, which is, again, just strange. And then they don't score another run. You also had Fernando Tatis Jr. finally hitting a home run. Again, one of the craziest situations there is. Dude had 42 home runs last year.
It took him 56 games to get it.
In his 56th game, he finally hits one this year. 238 at-bats it took him to hit a home run. A guy who hit 42 home runs last year. Like, there's certain things. Again, baseball is a bizarre sport. It just is. Again, we talk about Milwaukee in college baseball, under 500. They might go to the Super Regionals, whereas UCLA, who lost 6 games all year, got eliminated quickly. Then you've got these pitchers that we've talked about. Jacob Misiorowski finishes the month of May 38 and a third innings, 1 run, 57 strikeouts, 6 walks. And he goes 5-0 for the month. And he probably will not be the pitcher of the month because of Christopher Sanchez of the Phillies, who went 39 innings in the month of May, did not allow a single run, struck out 45, walked 3, and went 4-0.
I'm still thinking about the Misiorowski kid throwing 100 for like 350 pitches already.
It's like, I mean,
that's
what?
Insane.
Dude, that's those two combined numbers. It is 77 and a third innings, 1 total run allowed.
All month.
For the month.
What was the total wins? 5 for Misiorowski?
It'd be not, yeah, they went 9-0.
9-0.
Allowing 1 total run with a combined 102 strikeouts and 9 walks.
Gas.
Dude, it's like what these guys are doing.
It's insane.
Absolutely insane. Again, and that's like Shohei with his .82 earned run average.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, man, the NL Cy Young race is going to be insane if these guys continue to do what they're doing right now. It is absolutely unbelievable. Well, that is going to do it for us for today's program. Do want to say a big thank you to Dr. Bill Hardgrave, also to Harold Grader, all the folks at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Unfortunately, because of I don't know what the heck happened. I guess it was the weather when it moved through that caused all kinds of issues, but we just had some problems out there, so we weren't able to continue to broadcast live out at TPC Southwind. But and Dave Woloshin, who was going to be out there, he'll be here in the Family Leisure Studios coming up next. But again, thank you to all the folks at the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, 31st annual AutoZone Liberty Bowl Golf Classic going on today, raising a bunch more money for St. Jude. Great night last night with the Herschel Walker Distinguished Citizen Award dinner. It's always a great event, and we certainly appreciate them letting us be a part of it. And again, wish we could have been out there all morning long, but for whatever reason, things just weren't on our side today. But we made our way through it. Tomorrow will be much smoother, I believe. I hope. I think.
We'll guarantee it almost.
Oh, you're going guaranteed.
Well, I'm positive.
All right, I like it. I like your positivity. We're going to guarantee that tomorrow is smoother. That'd be hard not to be smoother than today was. Let's be honest. If it's not as smooth as today,
that's what I was thinking.
I might have to go home tomorrow.
That's
I don't know.
It had to be much easier than what we went through that first hour and a half.
But thank you to Harold Grader. Thank you to Dr. Bill Hardgrave joining us on the program. Coming up on tomorrow's program, Connor O'Gara. He'll be with us in the 7 a.m. hour. We'll talk, of course, about the SEC meetings and everything going on in the world of college football with him. Mickey Barker will be here. We'll talk some golf with Mickey in our 9 o'clock hour, working on a couple of other guests as well for tomorrow's program. Dave Woloshin, Wolo and Friends, coming up next here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. For Jay, I'm Eli. Have yourself a great Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning right here on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.